You're being designed to obey everything you crave. Comfort and entertainment don't just weaken you, they enslave you. You think you're in control. Think again. Every mindless scroll, every binge-watching session, every notification that steals your focus. It's all perfectly engineered to the point you don't even realize you're trapped. The wealthiest and most powerful people in the world don't fall into this trap. They created it. They profit while you waste your time. Aldous Huxley warned us. He said control wouldn't come through force but through comfort. A world where people beg for their own servitude. And now, here you are. Look at your habits, your life. Are you free or have they won? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how they keep you blind and how to break free forever. But be warned, once you see the truth, there's no going back. Are you ready? There's a silent war happening right now. A war for your mind, a war you don't even realize you're losing. It's not fought with bullets or bombs, but with dopamine distractions and the illusion of comfort. Think about how many times you've checked your phone today, how many hours you've wasted scrolling, watching, consuming. You know it's a waste of time, but you do it anyway. That's not a mistake. That's the system working exactly as designed. Your brain has been hijacked, and those at the top know exactly how to keep you hooked. Dopamine is the most powerful chemical in your brain. It's why you feel good, but more importantly, it's why you crave. The anticipation of a reward releases more dopamine than the reward itself. That's why you keep refreshing notifications, why you binge episode after episode, why you can't put your phone down even when you know you should. You think you're in control, but you're not. Social media, entertainment, even video games, they're all designed to hijack your system. Just like slot machines in a casino, they don't give consistent rewards, they give random wins to keep players hooked. Social media works the same way. They don't show the best content first. They mix viral, random content with mundane posts to keep you scrolling, hoping for the next hit. YouTube traps you with autoplay. Facebook addicts you with endless feeds. Your phone's notifications trigger dopamine spikes, making you check it every few minutes. This isn't entertainment, it's behavioral programming. And here's the worst part. You're not even the customer. You're the product. The world's richest companies, Meta, Google, Apple, don't sell entertainment. They sell you. Your attention, your time, your habits. Every second you're distracted, they profit. Every hour you waste chasing comfort, they grow stronger while you weaken. The system was never built for you to win. It was built to keep you consuming, distracted, dependent. Because a society entertained 24/7 never stops to think, never stops to question, never stops to take back control. Look at the hard data. A 2020 study found excessive screen time is directly linked to increased anxiety and depression. Research from the Journal of Behavioral Addictions shows smartphone addiction alters brain structure in ways similar to heavy drug addiction. On average, people spend over 6 hours a day on their phones. That's 91 full days a year gone. And what do you have to show for it? Your focus is weaker, your willpower is fading, your energy is drained, and you're still chasing the next distraction. They've programmed you to seek constant comfort, so you never pursue anything real. Every moment wasted on distractions is a moment you could have spent on your goals, your body, your mind. And here's what those at the top don't want you to know. The most successful, powerful people on the planet don't consume like you do. Elon Musk doesn't waste time scrolling social media. Jeff Bezos doesn't mindlessly watch Netflix. Warren Buffett isn't stuck in an endless loop of distractions. But you are. That's why they win. That's why you're falling behind. And the worst part, you don't even see the chains around your wrists. You think you're choosing comfort, but the truth is, comfort is choosing you. But there's a way out, a way to break free, reprogram your brain, and take back control of your life. In the next section, I'll show you exactly how to do it. But first, ask yourself, are you a consumer or a creator? Because that single choice will shape your future. Comment below, I choose power over comfort. Because what comes next will change everything. You finally get what you want. A new phone, a dream vacation, a major achievement. You feel excited, satisfied, like this is it, like you've finally made it. But then something happens. The excitement fades, the feeling disappears. You're back to normal, and now you need something else. A bigger hit, a new goal, a new desire. This isn't random. This is the hedonic treadmill, the biological trap that keeps you chasing comfort but never truly attaining it. Modern society weaponizes this against you. Every product, every platform, every system you interact with is built to keep you running on this treadmill, to make you believe happiness is just one purchase, one achievement, one more dopamine hit away. But here's the truth, as long as you chase comfort, you'll never be free. Your brain is wired to want more. Studies show that no matter how much happiness you achieve, your brain quickly adapts. You return to a baseline level of satisfaction, and the craving for the next hit begins. That's why lottery winners don't stay happy. That's why billionaires keep chasing more wealth. That's why people with perfect bodies still feel insecure. You'll never find happiness if you keep looking for it in external things. Because happiness was never meant to be chased. If you were truly happy, you wouldn't need their products, their distractions, their empty promises of success. And if enough people realized this, the system would collapse. Consumerism depends on your dissatisfaction. The moment you feel content, you stop buying, you stop needing validation, you stop being easy to control. That's why advertisers don't just sell products, they sell lifestyles. They don't want you to buy things. They want you to buy the illusion that happiness comes from having more. That's why social media thrives on comparison. They want you to feel like you're lacking, that others are happier, wealthier, more successful, so you keep consuming, keep scrolling, keep running on the treadmill. The game is rigged, but you don't have to play. Not all comfort is bad, but there's a difference between cheap dopamine and deep fulfillment. Cheap dopamine is quick, easy, and addictive. The rush from social media likes, endless entertainment, sugar highs, shopping sprees, fleeting thrills. But what happens when it's over? You crash, you feel empty, and so you chase the next hit. Deep fulfillment is slow, hard, and requires effort. Building a skill, achieving a goal, strengthening your mind, body, and discipline. It's not an instant rush, but it lasts. It builds you up instead of breaking you down. This is why so many people feel empty, even when they have everything they thought they wanted. They've been chasing cheap dopamine without realizing real happiness isn't about having more comfort. It's about having more as meaning. Here's how to escape the hedonic treadmill and take back control. Because if you keep chasing the next hit, you'll never be satisfied. You'll always feel like something's missing. But you don't have to stay trapped. You can reprogram your brain to crave what truly makes you stronger. Step 1 is eliminate one source of cheap dopamine. Identify a habit that keeps you hooked. Social media, binge watching, junk food, mindless shopping, and cut it out for 1 week. Watch how your mind reacts. Feel the void. This is your addiction being exposed. Step 2, replace it with deep fulfillment. Instead of chasing quick fixes, do something that requires effort. Read a book, learn a skill, work on your body, your mind, your craft. The first few days will feel uncomfortable because your brain is rewiring itself. Step 3, embrace discomfort. Growth doesn't come from comfort. It comes from struggle. The more you train yourself to resist instant gratification, the stronger you become. Every time you choose discipline over indulgence, you take back control. Every time you resist easy comfort, you reclaim your power. These are the first steps to breaking free. This is how you escape the system. Most people won't do this. They'll keep chasing, keep consuming, keep running in circles. But a few will wake up. A few will step off the treadmill and into a life of real purpose, real power. Which one will you be? They don't need to control you with force. They don't need chains or threats. All they need is for you to stay distracted, addicted, weak. Aldous Huxley warned us in Brave New World that people wouldn't rebel against their oppression. They wouldn't need to, because they'd be too entertained to care. Look around. Look at the world you're living in. It's not a prison of walls. It's a prison of endless distractions. Your phone, your TV, your constant need for entertainment. Those are the chains. And the worst part, you don't even see them. Your time is money, not for you, but for them. The longer you scroll, the more they profit. The more distracted you are, the richer they get. That's why social media companies don't just want you to use their platforms. They want you addicted to them. The longer they hold your attention, the more they can sell your data, the more they can manipulate your behavior. And here's the most dangerous part. They're not just competing for your time. They're reprogramming your mind. The more you consume, the harder it is to focus, to create, to think for yourself. And that's exactly what they want. If you feel like your ability to concentrate is getting worse, you're not imagining it. It's real. Studies show the average attention span has dropped to just 8 seconds, shorter than a goldfish's. And it's not just because of distractions, it's because your brain is being rewired. The more you consume short, high-stimulation content, the harder it is to focus on anything meaningful. That's why you struggle to finish a book, but can scroll for hours. That's why you can't sit in silence without reaching for your phone. You feel restless when nothing is stimulating your brain. You weren't born this way. You were trained to be this way. In Brave New World, people weren't controlled by fear. They were controlled by comfort. They took a drug called soma that made them happy, passive, and easy to manipulate. Today, we don't need soma, we have screens. Instead of facing reality, we escape into movies, endless shows, non-stop entertainment. Instead of confronting our thoughts, we drown them in distractions. Instead of fighting for something real, we numb ourselves with easy comfort. The greatest weapon ever created isn't for war, it's entertainment. Because a population constantly entertained never rebels, never questions, never revolts. They don't need to take your freedom. They just need to keep you too distracted to notice it's gone. Here's how to reprogram your brain for power. You can stay plugged into the system, keep chasing cheap dopamine, feeding your addictions, and letting them control your mind. Or you can wake up. You can take back control. You can start training your brain to resist distractions and reclaim your focus. As step 100, rebuild your attention span. Cut out all short-form content for 7 days. No TikTok, no Instagram Reels, no quick dopamine shocks. Replace them with long-form content, read books, listen to in-depth podcasts, watch educational videos. At first, this will feel uncomfortable because your brain is conditioned to crave quick hits of comfort. But if you push through, you'll experience something most people no longer do: clarity. A step 200, do one hard thing every day. Your brain craves ease. You have to rewire it to crave challenge. Take a cold shower, do high-intensity exercise, engage in deep, uninterrupted work. Every time you choose difficulty over comfort, you're breaking free from the system that wants you weak. Step 3, Eliminate mindless consumption for 1 week. Track everything you consume, social media, TV, distractions. Write it all down, then ask yourself, does this make me stronger or weaker? Most of what you consume is weakening you. Cut it out and replace it with things that build you up. The world is designed to keep you entertained, pacified, and controlled. But you don't have to play their game. Most people will keep sleepwalking, keep chasing distractions. But a few will wake up, step off the treadmill, and start building a life of real focus, real power, real freedom. Which one will you be? Now, let's talk about how comfort can act as invisible shackles. These aren't chains you can see or touch, but their grip is just as strong. The more you chase these fleeting moments of pleasure, the more they slip through your fingers like water, always escaping, leaving you craving more. This is where control comes into play. So, how do we step off this treadmill? One approach is to focus on intrinsic value over extrinsic value. Experiences that bring growth, connection, or creativity can provide deeper, more lasting forms of fulfillment. Finding joy in the process rather than the outcome can help us appreciate the journey we're on. Gratitude also plays a powerful role. By regularly reflecting on what we have rather than what we lack, we shift our focus from craving to appreciation. Learning to find joy in small, everyday moments can counteract the relentless drive for more. Mindfulness offers another escape. It encourages us to be fully present, fully engaged in where we are and who we're with. By living in the moment, we spend less time craving the future or dwelling on the past. Finally, reevaluating the concept of success can give us a new perspective. Success doesn't have to mean wealth or prestige. It can mean nurturing meaningful relationships, contributing to our communities, or simply finding peace with ourselves. While stepping off the hedonic treadmill isn't easy and requires practice and patience, it opens the door to finding lasting happiness within ourselves. Imagine you're on a treadmill that keeps speeding up, and you feel like you'll never reach the end. This is what your mind feels like, constantly stimulated by the demands and distractions around you. The more you experience, the more you realize fulfillment is elusive. It's an endless loop of chasing comfort, only to end up back at the starting line with every new desire. Now, let's dive deeper into what's happening as your mind engages in this silent war every day. Information overwhelms your senses. Ads promising happiness, phone notifications, social pressures to keep up, all contribute to this war. It's a barrage of influences you may not notice, but they shape your desires and perceptions of what matters. You're swept into a race to chase what seems like fulfillment, only to find yourself back at the start. The world tells you that you need more money, more experiences, more recognition, so you run faster. Think about social media. It's a perfect example of this loop. Every like or comment brings a temporary rush, but it never lasts. You find yourself coming back again and again, hunting for new engagement, new validation. This endless cycle doesn't just affect what you think is valuable. It changes how you think about yourself and your life. You unconsciously redefine your worth based on these fleeting interactions. The products you see, the ads you encounter, they're all designed to exploit these desires. Their goal is to capture your attention, influence your choices, and keep you in the loop. Every platform and app aims to be more engaging, nudging you to stay longer and longer. But the cost is your peace of mind, your focus, and sometimes even your happiness. Why does this matter? Because while your mind is filled with external desires, there's little room left for your true goals and aspirations. Your authentic self gets buried under layers of artificial wants. This invisible struggle to control your desires, your likes and dislikes, is intense but often unnoticed. Recognizing it is the first step to change. It's about reclaiming your attention, guarding your mental space for what truly matters. This doesn't mean ignoring everything. Life is about experiences after all, but choosing consciously. It's about deciding what deserves space in your mind and what doesn't. As you become aware of these influences, you can start setting boundaries. Think about what truly brings you joy versus what's just a temporary thrill. Reflect on your goals. What distractions pull you away from them? This internal struggle isn't easy, but with awareness comes strength. Start filtering out the noise, focusing on what aligns with your true values. Begin by identifying what truly adds value to your life. Choose your experiences consciously, whether it's the time you spend online, the people you surround yourself with, or the goals you pursue. Let them align with who you truly are. Taking control of your mental space empowers you to decide what takes priority in your thoughts. Start by nurturing your inner world, empowering your true intentions, your true needs. It's about reclaiming control from a world that's trying to steer your thoughts. Ensure this silent war ends with you as the victor. We've explored the silent constraints that keep our minds trapped, often without us realizing it. Let's shift focus to breaking free from these mental shackles. Life isn't meant to be spent in a constant state of trying to measure up to something external. We get so entangled in expectations, pressures, and doubts that we lose sight of who we are. This section is about reclaiming that lost part of yourself. Every day presents a series of choices. Every decision we make can bring us closer to a life that feels authentic. It starts with small changes. Imagine carving out time each morning to reflect. This might sound like a small task, but it's about pausing to listen to your own thoughts before the chaos of the day takes over. This practice can become a powerful habit that grounds you. Now, let's talk about boundaries. They're critical for protecting our mental energy. How many times do we say yes to things that drain us? This happens in an effort to please others or avoid conflict. But what if saying no reclaims a piece of your life? It's not about pushing people away. It's about learning to value your time and energy as much as others' demands on it. Examine your daily routine. Look at it like a map of your energy. Identify tasks that energize you and those that deplete you. Some draining tasks are unavoidable, but are there some you can minimize or delegate? Freeing yourself is about being honest about what truly matters and then making space for those things. A key part of reclaiming your life is connection, but not just any connection. Meaningful interactions with people who uplift and inspire you. Letting go of toxic relationships can be one of the hardest but most liberating experiences. This doesn't mean hostility. It simply means prioritizing your well-being. Think about someone you always feel energized around. What makes that relationship different? Those kinds of connections naturally reinforce who you are at your core. Reflect on what you're passionate about. Are those passions present in your life? If not, why? Passion projects, no matter how small, can bring vitality. They remind us of our power and what truly makes us happy. Sometimes, rekindling an old hobby or starting a new one can revive pieces of ourselves we've tucked away. Breaking free also involves making peace with imperfection. Society often pushes us to strive for a perfect life, creating a heavy burden. But life isn't perfect. That's what makes it beautiful and sometimes chaotic. Letting go of the need for perfection can lead to more authentic experiences, freeing us from unnecessary stress and anxiety. Ask yourself, what does success really mean to you? Is it financial wealth or social status? Or is it a sense of peace and contentment? Your definition might not match what you've been taught it should be. By redefining success on your terms, you align your energy toward goals that match your true aspirations. Stress is something we all face, but letting it control your life is a choice. Managing stress is about understanding your triggers and learning coping mechanisms to keep it from dictating your actions. Exercise and mindfulness practices can be especially helpful in reducing stress. These activities provide a mental reset, a way to shift focus and release tension. Refresh your space. Your environment often reflects your mental state. A cluttered space can lead to a cluttered mind. Decluttering doesn't have to be extreme. Even small changes can bring clarity and calm. Start with your surroundings and gradually extend these changes to other parts of your life. Finally, reflect on the power of gratitude. Yes, we all face tough or seemingly bleak days, but even on those days, finding small things to be grateful for can shift our mindset. It's not about ignoring the bad, but acknowledging the good. These changes don't happen overnight. They require patience and commitment. But with each step, you reclaim a little more of your life. You start living with intention, aligning your reality with your true self. It's a journey worth taking, a journey that begins with your decision to take back control and live life on your terms. As we prepare to move to the next section, consider how these small changes lead to something far greater. It's about a shift in mindset, putting control fully in your hands, guiding you toward true power. Achieving true power isn't just about physical strength or authority. It starts with understanding your inner energy and how to harness it effectively. Personal power means having the ability to direct your thoughts, emotions, and actions toward your desired outcomes. When you realize that inner power influences external circumstances, you unlock tremendous potential within yourself. The core of this shift is self-awareness. Start by becoming aware of your current state. Examine your emotions, thoughts, and habits. Do they align with who you want to be and where you want to go? Recognize patterns that hold you back and begin the work of changing those that don't serve your goals. Emotional balance is another critical factor in achieving true power. Learn to respond rather than react to situations. Reactions are often immediate and emotion-driven, but responses are thoughtful and intentional. By mastering your emotions, you make better decisions and project a calm energy that influences those around you. Physical health cannot be overlooked to sustain this energy flow. Exercise, eat well, and ensure adequate rest. Physical health supports mental and emotional health, giving you the clarity and stamina needed to pursue your aspirations. Mindfulness and meditation provide tools to enhance focus and manage stress. These practices train you to stay present, reduce anxiety, and improve emotional well-being. By training your mind to focus, you gain the power to direct your energy toward your true intentions. Nurturing positive relationships is a vital step. Surround yourself with people who reflect the values and mindset you seek. Positive relationships provide support, challenge you to grow, and help you stay accountable to yourself. Setting goals acts like a roadmap for your energy. Establishing clear, achievable goals gives direction and purpose to your energy. It breaks down dreams into actionable steps, ensuring your energy is used efficiently, steadily moving you toward your vision of true power. Practice gratitude regularly. Acknowledging the positives in your life can shift your perspective and boost happiness. Gratitude moves you from a mindset of lack to one of abundance, opening your energy to attract more of what you want. Resilience is your ally on this journey. Everyone faces setbacks, but how you handle them can either drain or amplify your power. View challenges as opportunities for growth. Strength isn't about avoiding failure, it's about rising every time you fall. Finally, remember that achieving true power means sharing it. As you grow, help others do the same. True power is never about domination. It's about collaboration and uplifting those around you. It's about creating an environment where everyone can thrive. Each of these elements plays a critical role in achieving true power. It's an ongoing process, one that evolves with you. But as you refine your ability to harness your energy, you'll see its impact not only in your life, but in the lives of others. Success lies in consistent action. Your journey to true power begins with the first step. Now that you've explored how to achieve true power, it's time to seize this moment. This is your call to action, a bold invitation into a world where your future shines brightly. Start by visualizing what you truly want and recognizing that the potential within you is limitless. There's no waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Think about the progress and change you can ignite by taking that first step today. Transformation doesn't mean overwhelming changes all at once. It's small, consistent actions that lead to bigger results. Each day offers a new opportunity to build on the progress you've made. This approach doesn't just impact your current state. It lays the foundation for future success. Imagine waking up every day with a clear vision, unstoppable, driven by a purpose so strong that no distraction, no cheap dopamine hit, no external force can pull you away from it. What would that look like for you? Not just in personal growth, but in how you manage and direct your own energy, mentally, physically, even practically. Take a moment to visualize the future. You truly want a version of yourself that owns their time, their focus, their reality. A person no longer enslaved to impulses or distractions, or a system built to keep you weak. Now ask yourself, what small step can you take today to close the gap between where you are and where you want to be? Maybe it's eliminating one thing that drains your energy. Maybe it's learning a new skill that strengthens you. Maybe it's surrounding yourself with people who fuel your ambition instead of stifling it. Each of these actions is a weapon against the passive, powerless life most people are trapped in. But this isn't just about you. This is bigger than that. You're part of something much greater. The world is shifting. Real, tangible power is no longer just controlled by governments or corporations, but by individuals who take charge of it. Imagine being connected to a community of doers, not talkers. People actively reclaiming their energy, moving from mindless consumption to purposeful action. Visualize yourself surrounded by individuals who reject weakness, distraction, and mediocrity, and instead build systems that give them true control. What role will you play in this shift? Will you be just another person paralyzed by the next distraction, or will you be the one who stands up, takes charge, and makes an impact? Taking control starts with the small things, but the effects are massive. Every choice, what you consume, how you focus, where your energy flows, either strengthens or weakens you. Silence the noise, be intentional. Build habits that reinforce your control, not their control over you. Think about this: what if your energy, mental, emotional, physical, became so strong that nothing could shake it? That's true power. And when you reach that level, you don't just change yourself, you spark a movement. You become the example, the proof, the leader others look to when they finally wake up. This isn't a distant vision. It's happening right now, but only for those who choose it. So, what will you choose? Will you let your energy be drained by distractions, or will you rise, reclaim it, and step into the power you were meant to wield? Comment below, I'm in control, if you're ready to let nothing external dictate your energy. The path to impact and change begins with a single choice made today. Join the movement. Embrace the possibilities. Your future begins now with the steps you choose to take and the decisions you make. This is your moment to act, to be part of something transformative, meaningful, and groundbreaking. Reimagine what lies ahead, knowing you have the power to shape it. The choice is yours. Make it count. But there's more to the science of addiction than just brain chemistry. Behavior and environment matter too. The brain doesn't just crave the substance. It craves the rituals and settings tied to it. Repeated actions and familiar environments become triggers, tightening the grip of addiction. Understanding these aspects sheds light on addiction, showing it's not just about personal choice or lack of willpower, but about brain changes driven by substances and experiences. Recognizing this can reduce some of the stigma around addiction and highlight the need for empathy and support for those affected. It also underscores the importance of treatment and interventions that can help reset the brain's chemistry and pathways. Supporting someone in recovery involves understanding these changes and working to help them restore balance. It's a journey of rebuilding, finding new sources of joy, relearning coping strategies for stress, and healing both the mind and the environment. Addiction is a complex condition with deep roots in biology and experience, but recognizing it as a brain condition can pave the way for better understanding, treatment, and compassion. This scientific awareness provides a framework for how, with the right support and treatment, there's hope for a healthier, addiction-free life. Addiction is a powerful force affecting many aspects of life, not just for the person experiencing it, but for society as a whole. It's critical to consider who truly benefits from these cycles of addiction. At first glance, it might seem like no one really wins, but beneath the surface, there are players who profit significantly from this ongoing struggle. Think about the major industries that thrive on keeping people hooked. The tobacco and alcohol industries have long relied on repeat customers. They design products to foster dependence, generating steady revenue streams. Advertising plays a big role here, presenting lifestyles or status symbols tied to their products. This promotes a normalized view of consumption that can obscure the harmful effects. In essence, addiction becomes a financial cornerstone for these corporations. Beyond the obvious examples, there are newer players in the digital age. Social media companies and game developers often deploy tactics designed to keep users engaged for as long as possible. They use algorithms that trigger our brain's reward systems, encouraging users to return repeatedly. This engagement is monetized through advertising, turning user attention into a valuable commodity. Essentially, user addiction translates directly into revenue for these companies. Pharmaceutical companies often walk a fine line. While many produce life-saving drugs, we've all seen or known someone whose life worsened due to an addictive prescription drug. Painkillers, for example, have helped countless people, but have also fueled devastating addiction crises. Maybe it's a friend who started using them after surgery and struggled to stop, or a family member prescribed them for chronic pain but became dependent. As that dependence grows, so does the demand, benefiting manufacturers while destroying lives. But it doesn't stop at industries. There are social dynamics where some individuals may benefit from others' addictions. Think about someone who feels a sense of control or importance because they're always rescuing someone from their struggles. This can foster a codependent relationship where one person's addiction inadvertently validates another's need to be needed. Don't forget the media, which often sensationalizes addiction struggles, focusing on dramatic stories. They draw in viewers and sell narratives that may stigmatize or misrepresent the nature of dependency. This boosts ratings and sales, making addiction a marketable news topic. Some benefit in less obvious ways. For example, employers reluctant to make changes might find it easier to fire an employee struggling with addiction rather than examining how their workplace culture contributes to stress and burnout. This way, they avoid confronting deeper issues within the company. These perspectives may seem bleak, as if addiction is a cycle perpetuated by external forces. But it's crucial to examine these dynamics to fully understand addiction's scope. Such awareness is the first step to challenging the structures that foster dependency and redirecting efforts towards support and recovery for those affected. Recognizing who truly benefits from addiction can spark change, driving efforts to shift both individual behavior and societal structures toward healthier paths. Understanding who profits from addiction is a big piece of the puzzle, and this knowledge lays the groundwork for powerful change moving forward. Considering these aspects can motivate us to seek effective, compassionate solutions, ensuring that the true beneficiaries of any system we support are individuals seeking healthier, more fulfilling lives. Addiction can act like a veil, hiding the true nature of the pain beneath it. Today we'll confront that pain, allowing us to reshape how we relate to it. This isn't about seeking a quick fix or a magic cure. Instead, it's about paying attention and acknowledging what's there. Imagine a moment when you felt truly connected to your deepest self, a special moment when you felt whole without needing external validation. Now, bring our attention to the present, where discomfort or craving might be with us. Instead of pushing them away, invite them closer so we can truly understand them. Start by closing your eyes and taking a deep breath. Hold that breath for a moment, then release it slowly. Now, identify where the pain or discomfort shows up in your body. Maybe it's tightness in your chest, a knot in your stomach, or an ache at the back of your head. Notice these sensations. Instead of denying this discomfort, ask yourself, what is this pain trying to teach me? Perhaps there's something buried, an emotional experience from the past, demanding to be seen. Take a moment to see if any images, words, or memories surface. Simply observe without judgment. Pain often has something to say. It might speak of a need for change, a call for patience or kindness, or a reminder of forgotten dreams. Whatever story it tells, it's vital to listen fully, as it brings clarity to the shadows addiction creates. As you continue sitting with this awareness, imagine you're having a conversation with an old friend, exploring the wisdom this friend, your pain, brings. It might surprise you. Resistance may naturally arise. Our minds might suggest it's easier to shut down or seek distraction. This is part of the process too. Gently bring your attention back, acknowledging that resistance with compassion. There's no need to force anything. The intention is simply to listen. Sometimes, by acknowledging the root of discomfort, we find an unexpected shift, a wave of peace, or a deep breath that washes over us. Other times, the message remains complex, requiring more exploration. Both outcomes offer guidance. Let's explore a simple practice you can use whenever pain or craving arises, called pause and inquire. When discomfort surfaces, pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and ask, what do I need right now? It might be rest, a conversation, or a moment of reflection. Taking cues from this inquiry can align your actions with what truly supports your well-being. As we close this practice, know that the insights gained now form a foundation for more conscious choices in the future. This doesn't eliminate challenges, but it equips you with tools to navigate them with greater grace. When you're ready, gently bring your attention back to the present moment. Open your eyes and feel grounded in this awareness. With every challenge, remember that this process is an ongoing dialogue, one that brings you closer to living with intention and clarity. Right now, you're standing at a crossroads. You can keep living as you have, chasing distractions, feeding addictions, letting the system control you. You can keep telling yourself you'll change tomorrow while tomorrow slips further away. Or you can wake up. You can reclaim your mind, take back control, and break the cycle that's kept you weak, dependent, and distracted. But here's the truth most people don't want to hear. No one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not society, not the government, no one. If you don't take control of your life right now, someone else will. So, what will you choose? Will you be just another consumer, another pawn, another addicted puppet distracted by the system? Or will you rise above it all? Will you do what 99% of people are too weak to do? If you've made it this far, I already know your answer. You're not like them. You're not weak. You're not a slave to your impulses. You are the master of yourself. Now prove it. If you're serious about reclaiming your power, do this now. Comment below, "I am my own master," to let the world know you refuse to be controlled. Like this video if you're done being manipulated. Subscribe because this is just the beginning. The next video will take you deeper into the truth they don't want you to know. Share this video with someone who needs to wake up. You might just save them from a lifetime of distraction. Join the newsletter if you're ready to dive deeper. No fluff, no filler, just raw, powerful insights to help you reclaim your life. Most people will ignore this. Most people will keep sleepwalking through life, never questioning why they feel so empty, so lost. But you're different. You've woken up. You are your own master. Now act like it.